the sinners, the player saints. You'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, 'cause you're the only refuge now. For every mother, every child, every brother that's caught in the crossfire, that's caught in the crossfire.
With the 2019 NBA free agency coming up, we have players such as Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, and Kawhi Leonard already rumored to have new teams. And today we're going to break all of that down. Here are the best possible destinations for the top 10 2019 NBA free agents. Starting with the honorable mentions, Al Horford.
Spins into the paint for two.
Horford averages 13.6 points per game, 6.7 rebounds, 4.2 assists, and a 20.21 player efficiency rating in the 2018-2019 NBA regular season. He was a big player for the Celtics, especially in their 2017-18 run. And from my prediction is he will sign his player option and sign a 2-year, $45 million deal with the Boston Celtics. That's probably the smartest and the best decision for his career and the Boston Celtics. He will, in case he opts in, for my opinion, Celtics will lose him as a huge trade piece for the future. And I think if the Celtics keep him, it will be a good move for them, but I think the best move for them is to trade Horford in case he opts in, and trade for a young piece if Kyrie does not resign with it. But if Kyrie resigns, they must keep what they are doing and contend for a NBA championship. But they need to add another piece so that they can compete with teams such as the Warriors, Bucks, and the Raptors. So yeah, my prediction is Al Horford will sign a 2-year, $45 million deal with the Boston Celtics in this free agency pool. And next up, another honorable mention, Julius Randle.
Get into that spot and just elevate.
And smart, like DeMar DeRozan. His entire career as Julius curls at home.
Randle averaged 21.4 points, 8.7 rebounds, 3.1 assists, and 21.02 player efficiency rating per game. He is one of the front runners for this year's Most Improved Players Award. And long story short, my prediction is he will sign with the Brooklyn Nets and reunite with his former Lakers teammate, D'Angelo Russell. I'm not saying it just because I see some predictions in the internet and most fans say that he will go for Brooklyn. And I'm also not saying it because that's a fan favorite opinion. I'm saying it because it makes the most sense in Julius Randle's time. Because again, there's a high chance that he stays with New Orleans, but from my opinion, I think he must take his talents to Brooklyn and reunite with D'Angelo Russell so that they can finish what they started in LA. So yeah, the big deal is if Julius Randle does not sign with Brooklyn, he would rather resign with New Orleans, sign with the Pelicans, or I don't know, maybe the Knicks. I don't know. Comment down below. So for our in the next one, this is gonna be our last honorable mention. I promise you. Here is DeMarcus Cousins.
DMC looking for a seam, create space, puts it up and in.
Well,
The Boogie averaged 16.3 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 3.6 assists in the 2018-19 regular season, and is coming off a tremendous Achilles injury that slowed him down the rest of the season. He is currently not playing in the Golden State Warriors after that knee injury he had in the playoffs against a game against the Los Angeles Clippers. My prediction is he will either sign with a team that desperately needs a big man to contend against the Warriors, or he will come back to the Golden State Warriors and take that $6.5 million. Take that pay cut and get that ring instead. Oh yeah, the best team that fits for him is the Los Angeles Lakers, but I don't think that if the Lakers will get somebody like Anthony Davis, for me it's unrealistic that Boogie and DeMarcus Cousins will reunite in LA. So yeah, it's pretty hard, but I think DeMarcus Cousins will sign with the Milwaukee Bucks or the Dallas Mavericks. I think those two teams are the front runners for DeMarcus Cousins. It's pretty tough to choose on Boogie's side of things because he's coming off a Achilles injury, and I don't know if teams will pay him a max contract. And I think a team that desperately needs another star to compete with the Warriors will sign this dude, such as the Lakers. But the Lakers was too unrealistic for me, especially if AD was traded to that team. So yeah, the Milwaukee Bucks will be a great landing spot for DeMarcus, not just for DeMarcus, but for the whole Milwaukee Bucks team and their legacy. Especially if this Warriors team splits up, they have a serious case for the NBA championship in the following season. So yeah, I think DeMarcus Cousins will either sign with the Milwaukee Bucks or the Dallas Mavericks. Comment down below. So let's head into the ninth spot. In the 10th spot, we have D'Angelo Russell, a guard from the Brooklyn Nets. Long story short, D'Angelo Russell has already made up his decision, and he will probably stay with the Brooklyn Nets. I think that there's no doubt that we already know the outcome of D'Angelo Russell's free agency, but it's still interesting to look at, especially if D'Angelo Russell does not actually stay in Brooklyn. So yeah, I think it's a short done deal that D'Lo will come back in Brooklyn, and if not, I don't know, maybe he'll sign with the Knicks or some other team that needs a point guard, a star, a leader in the team. So yeah, D'Angelo Russell to the Brooklyn Nets. I think it's a short thing for me. And for you as well, you watching this video, I think you already know that D'Angelo Russell will come back in Brooklyn. So in the 9th spot, we have Tobias Harris. In the 9th spot, we have Tobias Harris, a forward from the Philadelphia 76ers, and is definitely one of the biggest all-stars not this season. He averaged 18.2 points, 7.9 rebounds, 2.9 assists, and in 46.9% of shooting. He was the leader, one of the vocal leaders of this young Philadelphia 76ers team that got eliminated in 7 games by the Toronto Raptors in the Eastern Conference semifinals. But for me, there are 2 potential landing spots for Tobias. It's either he resigns with the Philadelphia 76ers, which is very possible and very realistic. Another good one is the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz also get a strong case on Tobias. Or if not, maybe not just in Brooklyn. Because Brooklyn desperately needs another player that can help them deep diver in the playoffs. A guy like Julius Randle or Tobias Harris will help a lot. So yeah, my prediction is Tobias Harris will sign with either resign with Philadelphia or sign with Utah or Brooklyn. So yeah, up for the next one. In the 8th spot, we have Kristaps Porzingis, who recently got traded to the Dallas Mavericks in this NBA trade deadline in February. I think it's a pretty safe bet that he will sign with the Dallas Mavericks, even if it's a qualifying offer or a max deal, because Kristaps does get traded in there, and I can't see Kristaps wearing another uniforms next season that's not Maverick blue. So yeah, I think it's a safe bet that Kristaps Porzingis will resign with the Dallas Mavericks and then free agents. So up to the 7th spot. In the 7th spot, we have Klay Thompson, a guard, and the first half of the Splurge. He averages 21.5 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, and 2.4 assists, and with 16.70 player efficiency rating in the 2018-19 regular season. He also broke the most 3-pointers in a single game record with 14 earlier in the same season. Klay Thompson is in the 7th spot, and if the clocks turn around and he miraculously leaves the Warriors, I think his best team to go to is probably LA Lakers team of LA, the better one, or either the Brooklyn or the Knicks. Those 3 teams are the best for him if he leaves the Warriors. But I think it's pretty safe to say it's pretty clear that he will re-sign with the Golden State Warriors, especially if they win another ring. But who knows? Klay Thompson knows what's happening, and as we saw in this clip.
Serious question. You guys ever wonder, how can I play for another team after going through this?
They don't know because they younger. They got time. But yeah, when you get older.
Klay Thompson looks unhappy in the Bay. But who knows? Once again, that's my prediction. Klay Thompson signing a supermax deal with the Warriors, and if not, with the Lakers, Nets, or the Knicks. Comment down below which team do you think Klay Thompson will sign with, because I'm still not sure about my decision. So yeah, I'll turn the next one. In the 6th spot, we have Kemba Walker, a guard from the Charlotte Hornets. He averaged 25.6 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 5.9 assists with 21.72 player efficiency rating this season. Kemba Walker and Michael Jordan already confirmed that Kemba will re-sign with the Charlotte Hornets, but we still don't know, because we are hearing these rumors that Kemba will sign with the Lakers, the Jazz, the Pacers, the Nets, and I think that's a thing that will happen. I think this is a 50-50. The other 50 is, the first 50 is Kemba will resign with the Charlotte Hornets, and the other 50 is he will rather sign with the Utah Jazz, Dallas Mavericks, or the Indiana Pacers. Those three teams, for my opinion, are the front runners. So yeah, well, that's pretty quick on Kemba. It's because there are a lot of teams that are interested in him, and realistically, there are a lot of teams as well that he can join too. So yeah, those are the 4 teams that will most likely sign Kemba Walker this offseason. So yeah, moving on to the next one. I just realized that I'm late narrating this, but here we go. With the 4th spot, we have Jim Butler for the Philadelphia 76ers. Jimmy Butler has a pretty interesting case because after the Sixers got eliminated in 7 games against the Toronto Raptors, nobody has talked about him, but he said that he's taking it seriously, that he wants to come back to Philly. And yeah, that's pretty unclear for now, but in Philly standpoint, they can do that if they want to bash Harris even more than him. So yeah, the Philadelphia 76ers has to choose between him and Tobias Harris. And that's pretty tough because both of them want to stay. But so yeah, if in case Butler leaves, there's a high chance that he might be with once again Knicks and Nets or the Lakers. Those 3 teams. So yeah, we're done with Jimmy Butler, and up with the 3rd spot we have Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, a guard from the Boston Celtics, and is one of the best point guards in the league right now. After that elimination against the Milwaukee Bucks, people has been speculating that Kyrie might leave Celtics for the Lakers, and I agree with that. As a Lakers fan, I'm happy with the rumors, and I'm not saying this because I'm biased. It's because that rumor has been flying around for a while now. But if he's not going to the Lakers, he might go to the Knicks or re-sign with the Celtics. Trust Danny Ainge on what he's doing. Kyrie Irving has been a real question so far. So yeah, it's pretty tough to predict Kyrie Irving's team next season. But so yeah, I'll just go with him resigning with the Celtics. I think that's the best thing for him right now. If not, if KD goes to New York, go to New York as well. So yeah, For now, Kyrie to the Celtics, but I might change my mind. Maybe I'll choose him to the Lakers next time or the Knicks. So yeah, that's my prediction on Kyrie. So up for the next one, we have the 2nd and the 1st spot.
Gotta be aware of the inbounder here if you're Philly.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
Into the 2nd spot, we have Kawhi Leonard of the Toronto Raptors. They're calling him the Michael Jordan of today's NBA, but for me, he's just the 2nd best free agent in this free agents class. In my opinion, it's a safe bet that he will be signed with the Toronto Raptors. Although there's some rumors flying around that he might go to Clippers or the Lakers. But for what the Toronto Raptors have accomplished so far, in no offense, it's pretty dumb for Kawhi to leave Toronto. So yeah, gonna make this quick. Toronto, Kawhi, easy. So let's go for the 1st spot. At the 1st spot, we have Kevin Durant, a forward for the Golden State Warriors, and from my opinion, is the 2nd best NBA player right now, just right behind LeBron James. I know that might have changed already, but for my opinion, LeBron still has the upper hand against Durant. But coming back to Durant, I think if he won't re-sign with the Warriors, once again, these Warriors dudes, they are pretty tough to predict. But so yeah, if Kevin Durant does not re-sign with the Warriors, he would either sign with the Knicks or the Lakers. Boom. So yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys liked it. Leave a like, comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. Share this video to your friends in case you like it. If we get 10 likes, maybe I'll make a part 2 of which of the underrated free agents version. So yeah, that's it for me. Peace out.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake, 'cause I don't fucking care.
You can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes.